guys a lot of questions. So to participate, put your hands up. Put your hands up, sorry, okay? So it's gonna get a bit wild if we all call out. So if you have something to share, if you want to answer some of the questions that I'll ask the class, put your hand up. If you don't have your hand up and you're sitting nicely, I won't call on you, okay? Ashley, yes, ma'am.
Is it going to be democratic and sophisticated?
It's gonna be fair, I'll tell you that much. Okay? Okay, so today we're gonna do just a little quick literacy lesson. Okay? I'll share that alone with you guys in a bit. Because first I want to ask you some questions. Okay. For this one, I just want you to raise your hand, okay? Has anyone here in this classroom ever eaten pizza? Just raise your hand if you got it. Just raise your hand. Have you ever eaten pizza? Hello. You've never eaten pizza? Oh, you have. Okay. Has anyone ever eaten pineapple pizza? Have you eaten pineapple pizza? Okay. Has you never eaten pineapple pizza? Yeah, Hawaiian pizza. Yeah. Okay. Has anyone ever seen a lion? A real lion? I think I can say it. Has anyone seen a lion that's not in a zoo? Yeah? Where?
I was going on like a golf cart, like around the safari.
A safari? I say safari similar to a zoo. Kind of, sort of. You haven't been in a safari. Alright, who's been in a safari? I haven't been in a safari. You've been to a jungle safari. Okay, and lastly, have you ever been to Egypt? Oh, yes, you have. Isa, Lauren, nice, interesting. Okay, cool. Those seem progressively less. Yes. Okay. Excellent. Okay, so some of you pointed out never have I ever, and that's not exactly what we're going to do, but we are going to do something along the lines. We're going to hold this lesson a bit, okay? So today we're going to talk about the present perfect. Has anyone ever heard this? The present perfect tense. Just raise your hand. Has anyone heard of this? No. Okay.
Never have I.
So we're going to briefly talk about this. Ben, please, I'll ask you to stop calling out, Ben. We're briefly going to talk about this. So this is something that has to do with language. Yeah? Okay, so raise your hand if you speak Spanish. That's all of us, right? Raise your hand if you speak English. Raise your hand if you speak German.
A bit, a tiny bit.
Oh, the Fran's not here, German. Raise your hand if you speak any other language other than English and Spanish.
Speak a bit.
What language do you speak?
French.
French.
I'm Japanese.
And you're learning Japanese, Chris? Sorry? A bit French? I'll call it. We said we were going to finish. Portuguese.
Yeah, a bit Portuguese.
A bit Portuguese.
French.
French. Italian.
Italy.
Pardon.
The United Kingdom language on Argentina and Spain.
That's English.
Go ahead.
French.
Huh?
French.
French. Italian. Lovely. Okay, so because most of you speak, well, all of you speak 2 languages, and then some of you speak more than 2 languages, you'll know that when you learn a different language, there's different ways that you create your sentences, right? And different words and different structures. They function differently, right? Or can you think in Spanish and then translate it completely the same in English? Is that possible? Have you ever tried that? It doesn't work, does it?
I've tried.
You tried. It doesn't work, does it? It's not the way languages work. They have different structures, right? So, yes, Ben.
Some words are the same.
Some words, yeah, true. Like yesterday, someone asked me what barrel meant, and I just said baril, right? But that's just words. The structure, the sentence itself, you can't translate it directly, can you? Okay? We don't do a lot of language grammar in class, so we're just going to touch on the surface of this, okay? Yes. Okay, so today we're going to talk about the present tense. Okay. Does anyone know what a verb is? Just quickly, raise your hand. Can you give me the definition? What is a verb, Chris? Can you explain it to us? And it's an action word, right? So today we're going to talk about verbs in the present perfect. Okay, so.
What is present?
Ooh, yes, good question. So we have a timeline here. I'm going to write here today, tomorrow, yesterday. Okay, so yesterday was our spring break, wasn't it? Or the past was our spring break. Perhaps our Christmas break too. Today, does anyone know the date? 29th of April, yeah? That's today. Tomorrow is Sports Day and Children's Day. That's so exciting. Tomorrow is our Children's Day. So this is our timeline. Yesterday, today, and tomorrow. So someone, Mr. Matt asked, what is the present perfect? So when we talk in Spanish or in English or in Portuguese, we use time, right? We say, yesterday I went to the park. Today I am in school. Tomorrow I will go to beating nails, okay? So the way I express myself is changing according to my time. Good? Yeah? Or if I tell you, what if I say, yesterday I will go on spring break. Am I saying it correctly? Because I'm mixing up my verbs, aren't I? I'm saying I will go, but I'm talking about yesterday, I'm talking about spring break. What if I say tomorrow I went to beating nails? No, why not, Isa? You're shaking your head. It doesn't sound right. Why doesn't it sound right? Can anyone tell me why it doesn't sound right for me to say tomorrow I went to beating nails? Yes. No, tomorrow I went to beating nails.
Because you're saying future, then past, then future.
Perfect.
Yeah, I was gonna say that.
Good, perfect.
Because you use when you say something that is on the past.
Perfect, lovely, excellent. Everyone said it correctly. But so we are in an English school. So when we speak, we don't really think about those things, right? We just say it naturally, especially in Spanish as well, whatever your native language is. Like when you speak Spanish or English, do you sit there thinking about everything you're going to say, or do you just say it naturally? You just say it naturally, right?
And that's why you sometimes say it.
But what about when you learn a language? Do you just sit there and can I just like think and speak in Portuguese? I don't speak Portuguese. I have to learn, don't I? Yeah. So when we learn the structure of language, this is what we use. Time. Yeah. So today, yesterday, tomorrow. Present perfect. Okay. So present perfect's a bit funny because it's actually something that happened in the past. Yeah. Let's talk about that a bit more.
So why isn't it called past?
So the present perfect is a completed action with a connection to the present. Yeah, of completed. That means it's finished. Can you help me read these examples in English?
She has cleaned her room.
Okay, so these are all completed actions in the past that continue in the future. Someone here had you had a boot, didn't you? So, so you hurt your leg, right? So you can say, I have hurt my leg and now I'm wearing boots. It happened in the past, but it's affecting, well, it was affecting your future, not your present, sorry. Okay. When we talk about experiences, and this is the ones we're going to focus on the most, okay? Talking about experiences. Can you help me read the first 3 facts?
Been to Berlin, and been to that restaurant 3 times. She has traveled to Europe twice. They have visited the Great Wall of China. He has eaten sushi.
Beautiful. And this one's my favorite, because I don't know about you guys, but I love talking about my experiences. And I think a lot of you have traveled, haven't you? Does it make you excited when you talk about your experiences?
Yes.
Yeah? So when we talk about our experiences, we use the present perfect. Okay, I have been to Berlin. Is this sentence telling me when I went to Berlin? No. But is it telling me that I, in my life, in my 32 years, have been to Berlin?
Yes.
Yes, okay. She has traveled to Europe twice. Is this sentence telling me when I went to Europe? But with this sentence, can you confirm that I have been to Europe twice?
Yes.
You just don't know when, right? We're talking about experiences. Have you eaten sushi before? Does that mean that I ate sushi 2 days ago?
No.
Does it mean that I have eaten it at some point of my life? Good. We're catching on, aren't we? Good? Easy?
Yeah.
Excellent. And then we use this actions that started in the past and continue in the present. Isa, can you help me read this?
He has lived overseas for 5 years. I have been an English teacher for 10 years.
Excellent. How long have you been at Humanitary? Let's see. No longer. Can you tell me the whole sentence? I have been in Humanitary. You've been in Humanitary for 3 years. What about you, Carlos?
All my life,
Can you tell me this? I have been in
like
Humanitary.
I arrived at 2 because I repeat previous.
Okay, I started Humanitary at 2 years old, or I started attending
Yes,
Humanitary. At 2 years old?
yes, because
Pretty
I
fast.
repeat previous.
Okay, you were very, very little. Okay, anyone else? Look, Ella, how long have you been in Humanitary for?
I've been at Humanity for 7 years.
For 7 years. Can anyone beat Carlos? Has anyone been at Humanitary as well since pre-nest? Oh, really? Wow.
I came at half of
Then you know,
the middle of
A pre-nest. That's a long time. Oh, wow.
you know, days.
You were a little baby. Okay, so you have been in Humanitary since you were 2. You 2. Yeah. Wow. Impressive. I have been at Humanitary for a year, but I have been a teacher for 6 years now. Different type of teacher, but a teacher.
What do you mean by like she's been
Okay, so we're just gonna lightly talk about this. So in all these sentences, what is one thing here? What is one thing that you notice that all these sentences have here? And I've written a clue for you on the board, yes?
it's from one person's perspective.
Okay, so we're talking in the first person. And some of these, not all of these, okay. What else? Good, excellent. So all of these have, I wrote it on the board for you. I have, you have, he has, she has, it has, they have, we have. So we need the verb, we need have to write our present perfect. Yes? Correct?
Yes.
And again, can you say it, please? Do all these sentences have the verb have in it? Yes? Okay. No? Which one does it? Has is he, she, it. Beautiful. Okay, so we need have. Okay, so I want you to look at this picture. Don't call out. This is where we're going to use our brain Lettuce.
Lettuce from the girl.
Oh, okay, the giraffe. Okay, so we're gonna say she's a girl. So she has eaten lettuce from a girl's hand. Okay, Ella.
The girl was feeding the giraffe.
The girl is feeding the giraffe. How can we say that in the present perfect? Talking about her experience. She has fed the giraffe. Excellent, perfect. Okay, ooh, what about this one? What do we see? We see two children flying the plane. Melania. Okay, how can we say that in the present perfect? We're having fun. So let's say they have had fun. Yeah? They have had. Okay. They have flown planes. Excellent. Okay, what about this one? That's gonna be everyone tomorrow on Children's Day. It's gonna be great. They're just gonna be sitting there with their candies. Chris, do you wanna give it a go? She has eaten candy. Yeah? Okay. We're gonna go on our seesaw, and we're going to complete a sentence matching activity in our seesaw. When you are finished, not yet, Tom. When you are finished, call me over so that I can check it. And then once I've told you to, 1 second, okay? And giving instructions. So we're gonna go on our seesaw, we're gonna complete the activity. Once you have finished, you call me or Mr. Dan over. And when we tell you to do the green, to hit the green tick, I want you to write 3 or 4 sentences on your whiteboard to find out your classmates' past experiences. So I want to know if any of my students have eaten tacos al pastor, or if any of my students have visited London, for example, or Mr. Danstown, which I don't remember. But we want to find out if anyone has visited Spain, yeah? So once you are finished with your seesaw, I want you to write 4 sentences on your whiteboard. Again, we will come around and check them, and afterwards you're gonna go around and ask your classmates these questions. So make it something that you actually want to find out, okay? If your classmates have ever, I don't know, been to Acapulco, have ever eaten grasshoppers. That's a good one.
Are you?